Yep.
I'm alive.
I might not be. I don't know. How are you, buddy?
I'm tired.
Dude, same here.
It's been a
We're both
day.
tired. It's same here, man.
Like a good day, but still
Yeah.
tired.
Yeah. Ooh. I'm hearing an echo on my end. That's just,
Let's see, Monday, Tuesday this week, I was up until 3 a.m. each night, like doing last minute showcase things. Yeah. I'm here.
So okay, real talk. And we'll talk about it a little bit in the show. My mom has COVID again. She just once wasn't enough for her.
Happy birthday to Mama Badbit.
What a way to celebrate. And so she's all of a sudden doesn't understand the logic of quarantining, especially as like my brother's about to start his first big week.
Yeah.
So it's like, maybe we just don't get him sick, Maybe we just don't run around and act a fool. I get it. It's inconvenient. We don't want him to spend his sick days the first week of school,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Ooh.
Do you see?
So can it?
Yeah, you see that in the chat? Okay.
Yeah. Let me actually change it. I did not get those notes in, so actually, thank you for.
Oh no, Landon.
What's that?
Landon says, "What up, guys? Today I fell into a wooden frame and split open my forehead. Few stitches and a tetanus shot later. Here I am, Landon. I am so sorry."
Wow. Yes.
Oh,
holy shit.
Luckily,
right,
it's only a stitch thing. Like it could have been way worse.
Could have been way worse, dude. I'm very glad you're okay.
Happy you're here to hang out and listen to Joe and I yell about something PlayStation did. Oh boy.
Oh yes.
Thank you, Stingray.
Oh yes.
Thank you. I've been like floating on cloud 9 since it premiered. We'll talk about it on the main show, but
yeah, we didn't. And God, it's been the day. I literally got to press play on it, and then I was called to help. So
fair. I was like, I'm not even gonna lie, Joe. I'm like, this man won't even text me, say, "Hey, that was good or not." and then I realized it's your mom's birthday, and now I hear that you had to go run. I understand.
So much. I literally, when you get so exhausted and just like so annoyed, you just start laughing.
Yes, absolutely.
Because my mom, like, first off, the COVID, like, it ain't a big deal. Like, she's out, like, not out and about. She's not out and about. She has energy, Mm-hmm. She's just like, it's just so, it seems like a cold to her, right?
Okay.
And she's acting like, when like a 5-year-old's never experienced something for the first time and they want to experience that thing. For example, my mom today found out that there's going to be like a blue moon or something in the sky.
Oh, okay.
She has not shut up about it since she found out. And she's like, can I go outside? Can I look at the blue moon in the sky? Joe, when do you think the moon's going to be? like every 5 minutes, I'm like, just go out, see the moon.
Literally, it's the easiest accessible thing for you to find out. Anybody can figure that out.
It's like, Joe, come watch the moon with me. I just want to do something as a family. Oh, my mother. I love her to death. Silver, solo, right? I got silver. Just make sure I got everybody.
I gotta add what I am playing.
Oh, okay, so I did add it. Okay.
And I got thoughts about what I've been playing.
Oh, damn.
I'm a little upset about it, I'm not gonna lie.
A little upset?
Just a little bit. A little bit.
Huh.
Little tease.
Interesting.
Little tease.
All right, Kyle, listen. Are you ready to just get right into it?
Well, yeah, let me go into the thing and then transition so we have the intro video. so we can
Okay.
at least somewhat professional here on the trophy.
All right. I'm so tired. I'm gonna take your lead.
Chat will be right back.
Oh, wait, no longer greatness has arrived. Welcome to episode 339 of The Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players. I'm your host, Joseph, aka Mr. Badbit, and it is here where me and my best friend Kyle talk about the latest, the greatest in all things PlayStation. Of course, this week, we are talking about the PlayStation Plus price increase, Astro Bot resurfaces, headset maker gets bought by PlayStation, and the meme community gets a win. Unfortunate BioWare layoffs, and so much more as we do it live each and every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on youtube.com at PS Trophy Room. Or if you're listening to your feeds right now, each and every Thursday, bright and early. With all that said, with all that out of the way, the greatest co-host, whoever will be, Mr. Kyle Stevenson. How are you, sir?
I'm tired.
Same.
It's a good tired,
same.
but I got my Celsius. It's too late for Celsius, but it doesn't matter. I need it.
Yeah.
I'm doing good. Yeah, I just realized when you're going through that intro.
Yeah.
I know we've been at this sort of number of episode threshold for a while now.
Yeah.
When you like boil it down like quick math, like 6 years worth of Trophy Room episodes is wild. 1 week.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like back in the day, I think
like we
2020,
had like
we did like
we had some special ones. That's what I mean. But like if you listened to a brand new episode from the beginning, one time a week, it'll take you 6 years to listen to everything that we've done on that pace. Isn't that weird to think about?
That is weird to think about. It's crazy. We've been doing this for 5+ years.
I know. It's wild.
It's wild. And we still really don't know what day we started it. We have a vague idea.
I know I first came on as a guest before I went to PSX.
Yep.
And then you brought me back because you thought I sounded okay, I guess.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And you're like, you got on one knee and you're like, Kyle, will you do me the honor and make me the happiest co-host in all PlayStation land? I said yes.
I will.
I threw the bouquet.
Yeah.
I don't know. Somebody else caught it and started a podcast. It's the whole thing. You know, I threw my old mic. I threw my still ball. And then they caught it. And then they started a podcast and it forever keeps going and going and going.
There you go. There you go. Sepaternal like that. Kyle, I'm pre-gaming a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Because you got Celsius.
Mm-hmm.
I got Gatorade Zero.
Okay, important.
Because,
what flavor?
Oh, it's my least favorite. It's orange.
Yeah. Well, did you know that they make a cucumber flavored Gatorade?
What?
Yeah, it's not great.
No, because it's cucumber. Nobody likes cucumbers. No one willingly digests
cucumbers. That's what I try to tell
cucumbers.
people. But there's some people I know that love the cucumber Gatorade.
Well, not me. See, for me, it's like if I'm drinking orange Gatorade, I might as well be drinking orange juice. That's how my brain thinks.
What's your favorite Gatorade?
Okay, so mine has to be red.
Oh, okay.
Or lemon lime.
I don't mean to laugh. You saying red reminds me of a story where I worked at summer camp.
Yeah.
And I didn't eat all day. All I had was a red Gatorade.
Yeah.
I go to use the bathroom. I thought I was bleeding eternally.
Oh, no.
Because of the dye or whatever. I didn't eat or anything. I was like, oh, no. I started freaking out and I went to the ER.
I would too.
And they're like, listen, it's just Gatorade dye. I'm like, oh, thanks, sir. Here's the $500 I owe you for going to the ER.
The $500 glass of Gatorade. I love it. Kyle, I love when you're this exhausted, and you are this exhausted because of the 6-1 mini indie showcase that y'all did. You had many sleepless nights making sure you got all the things done.
Yeah.
How does it feel now that it's out in the wild?
Oh my God, I'm so proud of this one.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, this is the third indie game showcase that I put on over at 61 Indie. This one I think is more special because we had less time to do it. We thought of doing a second one a year right before like we really announced it. And so like for the March one, we had like 4 months to prepare. This one was like we announced it on June and we did it now. So like a month and a half really of like
wow.
Getting the script down, getting the games, getting all the assets, you know.
Yeah.
But it was great. It was a good time. There's some really dope games. I cannot wait for you to watch it. Shout out to everyone in the community who said they watched it and told me that they wishlisted some really fun games. And it's not just Steam games. There are some PlayStation games in there.
Ooh, that's what I like to hear, Kyle.
The last game, I think, is a Joe-ass game, and it is coming to PlayStation 5.
Oh.
It's the first game we ever covered as 6-1 Indie. And we got to unveil
you know what?
It's pretty cool.
Let's put a link down below in the comment section.
I'll say it right now. Let's get everybody
on that.
I'll say the name of the game right now, just in case.
Yeah, go for it, please.
The game is called Crystalla by Astro Clock Tower Studios. As I say in the showcase, let me tee it up for you. It's a mix between Assassin's Creed and Sekiro.
And I'm immediately in.
That's what I thought.
You give me a parry system, a stagger bar.
And guess what?
Joseph's a happy camper.
You play as a cat.
I like this.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Kyle, listen, I got a starter question. Of course, this comes from Bertos Maximus. You can write in by adding us at PS Trophy Room on Twitter, or you could join our amazing Discord link in the description of the video and podcast. Bertos Maximus writes in, again, we're a PlayStation podcast, y'all, but he writes in saying this: hey guys, hope you're all doing good. Firstly, I want to thank y'all for offering your DM to me for if I'm ever feeling down. It's appreciated, of course. This community, we welcome all. We're here for all. Now, for the Starfield hype, where do I start? I've seen so much about it that I'm stoked that I'm considering buying the collector's edition of the game that is apparently exclusive to them, but comes in at a whopping 250 euros. I don't know how much that is American. I can't wait for it.
That's the watch. The game store in UK. It's called Game. It's their version of GameStop, I think.
America. Here is the question. All right. What are you guys looking forward to most about it? And which feature has got you most excited? As always, keep bringing us the amazing podcast and content from your friend from across the pond. P.S. House Slinger for the win. I need to get a t-shirt. Link down in the description to the merch store.
Let me preface this by saying, Bertos, this is the joke. My DMs are now closed. How dare you?
Kyle, listen, I've seen a whole lot of hullabaloo over Starfield.
Yeah.
It's like every hour there's someone that hasn't played it, that has an opinion about it.
Yep.
Where are you, man? Where, like, I know you don't have an Xbox.
Where am I?
But
I don't know. My mind's somewhere.
Not here.
Not here.
Kyle, my question is, where's your hype for Starfield? Like, what are you hoping that, you see that gets you on board? Because I know you're not like you're not on the hype train that I'm on.
I'm not.
Starfield.
No. And again, let me preface, it's not just because it's not on PlayStation.
Right.
I from everything I've seen, it doesn't seem like a Kyle game. It feels like I'd be overwhelmed way too quickly. And to me,
don't you hate that you have to preface that?
I really do, but like that's the world we live in right now.
Yeah.
Because I guess a lot of people think if you are on a platform-specific podcast that you're pro that and hate everything else. Like, I just love video games. My hype is like pretty low. Also, I don't own an Xbox anymore, or my PC can't handle the game on PC Game Pass, so I'm not going to play it anytime soon. But I am excited to just see the, like you brought up, like someone made the Millennium Falcon right in the game. I just want to see people's creations of like ships and like see how creative they are and how free reign it really truly is. Like, can you really be the space pirate you dream to be? Can you be the lawful good, do everything by the book, and be satisfied with that kind of gameplay? And maybe even some of the surprising things of like, wow, this story, it's actually pretty good, because that's my biggest hang up is they haven't told me really much of anything narrative wise. And that's what usually hooks me in, other than that weird magic like second long clip in the Starfield Direct. I mean, that's where my hype is. I'm excited for everyone else. I'm excited to actually watch some review embargoes go away tomorrow, because I am very curious. It's a good time for video games though. Like, we're ramping up big time.
Exactly. Like, really, Starfield is gonna kick off. I was just thinking about it, like driving home today. It's really going to kick off the holiday season, because after Starfield, it's like every week there is a game that we're going to be covering on the show.
Yeah.
Like, there is a awesome, AAA or like AA or indie game that is going to be, having the spotlight. And
plus,
I think that's
Baldur's
awesome.
Gate this week for PlayStation.
Yeah.
It's wild.
So like, there's just so much to play. And what aggravates me is the conversations online of people's preconceived notions of what a good quote unquote review score is.
Yeah.
Like, to me, I don't care where Starfield really rates, because I'm going to play it for myself and judge it by myself.
Absolutely. As you should.
Yeah. Like, for example, a lot of the games that are like my game of the year are not like on the Jeff Keighley's, or like they don't win the Keighley's. You know what I mean? Like, for example, Ghost of Tsushima, one of my favorite games of all time. I think that's like a Metacritic of like 82, 83. To me, it's like near perfect. I love that game so much. No number is going to dictate my enjoyment of the game. At the same exact time, those people that review the game, they know if they give it a high score, a low score, or even a score that's in the 80s or whatever, that they're going to get hate either way.
Yeah.
So really, it's highlighted how volatile the discourse is, and how so many people, not in our community, thankfully, just don't want to even be a part of it anymore, because it's so typical. It's like Xbox does a thing, so PlayStation creator throws hate their way. PlayStation, has a thing, Xbox creators hate that thing. Like, it's just the dumbest, like, it's kind of like they think of it like it's sports, right? Like, every podcast is like Monday morning quarterback, but like just anti whatever, opposition company X is doing. It's just really annoying. So like, for me, I'm excited for Starfield. I'll run a PlayStation podcast alongside you. I'm excited for it. It's normal to play games that aren't just on my ecosystem of choice or preference.
Yeah.
It's totally normal. Most people do that. So like, to me, it's like, yeah, it's good to break out my Xbox controller every now and again and play a game that actually intrigues me. So I'm excited to hopefully see Xbox get a win, and they probably will from what I'm hearing. So yeah, I'm excited for Starfield, because I want to see kind of exactly what you're saying, Kyle, which is I want to see how truly lost I can get in this world. Like, I want the option to never build a fort. Like, the building outposts does not intrigue me.
Yeah, the Fallout 4 one was not great.
Don't like it. But building like my own Millennium Falcon, getting my own crew together, like, that is the thing that excites me. Like, just going out to worlds and like scavenging, hunting, and like, like doing bounties or whatever. Like, if that game opens up in that way, then Starfield's going to really have my attention in a big way. But I'm excited that for the first time in a very long time, there's an Xbox game that could be that game of the year caliber game for me, because it's been so long. I mean, so for me, I'm excited for that. Man.
It's not even just Xbox. Like, yeah, Xbox is the place to play Starfield, but it is a Bethesda Games game. Yeah. That's like monumental. That's another huge game from a huge developer. It should be something that's celebrated, because they take,
and suddenly it's not, and it's really annoying.
I mean, this sounds like a jab or dig at them, but like, it takes a while for Bethesda to make games because their games are
Yeah.
so huge and vast, and there's a lot of things you can do in it. So this should be a time of celebration, and instead it's
Iron.
over the stupidest little things.
Yeah.
It's
Whether
a
it's
bummer.
puddles in Spider-Man or
Ugh.
I don't know, there's only 3 parking spaces per planet on Starfield. People are going to find a way to complain, and I
Yep.
just love how this community is so anti that.
Mhm.
It makes me happy to see people in our community excited for Starfield, wanting to know our thoughts on it. It's nice that we're building something different.
Yeah.
Truly.
Can I ask you what the first thing you're gonna do in Starfield is?
I'm gonna find an alien to
Oh,
test that theory out.
Whoa, not what I was expecting.
right. I'm gonna see if I can that alien blowhole.
Oh no.
I'm thinking they're dolphin aliens.
Wait,
Little bit of housekeeping.
Wait, hold on. Was there a dolphin alien? What was that movie? Hitchhiker's Guide? Wasn't there a dolphin alien overlord in that movie? I
Well,
can't remember.
I'm about
Joe's
to put a ring on it.
future partner for life.
Yep. Zeep Zorp 9.
We're gonna put a hula hoop up for them to jump through every anniversary.
Well, that's how we celebrate it in Zeep Zorp's
Do you
world,
also go
know?
through the hoop? You just fly out of the water and go through it?
Yeah, I'm going to adapt it. I'm gonna kind of like Avatar it. Dude.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna put my body in a dolphin alien.
Moving on.
All right, housekeeping. We got merch, baby. Hit that link down in the description. It helps us out. And you can support the good slanger or banger cause because those shirts are so gosh darn great. And of course, for our patrons out there, it's a little time for a Patreon pitch. If we ever got you through a long car ride, a tough day at work, whatever your situation may be, it really does help us out if you send us a buck our way over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. It's because of your generosity is the reason why we look so great. It sound so good and keeps the show ad free. Let's keep it up. You know what I'm saying? That said, I want to thank our newest members at the Platinum tier, Solo, Silcanet at the Silver tier, and my favorite name, Mo Spankins at the Silver tier. Mo Spankins, you can't leave now. You can't. You're trapped here. At our premium members, Todd Burowitz and Toxic. At our other platinum tiers, Jay Shea, Jedi Master N, Cowboy Danger D, Jonas Young, The Green Gorilla Gamer, Chaotic Monkey, Millennial Falcon Gaming, Eco Kill 90, Stephen Flesh, Strubles and Bits, Bertos Maximus, Chris, Hybrid 748, Matt Valdez, and Chris the Wizard. I want to thank our gold members, Cypher Primus, Darth Simon the Pie Man, Jesse Garcia, JB the Purple Monkey, Hyde Indoors, Katie, Kevin Mitchell, Kevin Diaz, Marcus O'Neill, The Red Arrow, Aegis Hermit, Andrew Soar, Astronaut Jr., a Winter Gamer, Robbie Bobby Miller, Brenton Zachary, Brenty Blob, Bubble Boy N7, Captain Logan, Final Fan XZ, Hambone, JD Dillinger, M9 Prime, Stone Cold ET, Tino 6-Speed, N Johnson, Sean McKenzie, Rick Arrington, Spam and Bamman, Matthew King, Duh Overlord, Derwane Raksha, Rick Davis, and the Lord Commander Suddy. Thank you all so much for your generosity. And with that said, and with that all out of the way, it's finally time.
Hold on.
Yes? Oh, Kyle.
I forgot to write this or interrupt you earlier.
Please.
I know we said it last month or a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Road to Greatness is switching up a little bit. We are postponing Near Automata for the end of September for us to talk about and play it, simply because I just haven't had the time.
I mean,
there's a lot of games.
Mini indie showcase.
Yeah, and adjusting to the job and whatever. So we're going to keep that and do that for the end of September. This month's Road to Greatness, which we're going to record like next week because it's already late because my power was out briefly, will be mostly about Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah,
and some other little things here and there.
Do it.
Just a heads up for you patrons.
Thank you for saying that. Now it's finally time to square up the news.
First bit of news that needs to be squared up comes from Tom Ivan over at VGC. Tom writes, Sony is raising PlayStation Plus prices up by, or prices. Oh, my brain is not working. Is that price?
By up to
Thank
35%.
You. Thank you, Joe, for
That's
the
a weird
assist.
sentence. It's a weird title, Tom. It's a weird title.
Anyways, from September 6th, the price of 12-month subscriptions for the service's Essential, Extra, and Premium plans will rise by at least 33% for each tier in the US, by at least 20% in Europe, and by at least 19% in the UK. Beginning next month, the new prices will be as follows. PlayStation Plus Essential 12-month goes from $59.99 to $79.99 a year. PlayStation Plus Extra year-long subscription goes from $99.99 to $134.99. And the PlayStation Plus Premium for a year goes from $119 to $159.99. I feel a sneeze coming. Pray for my soul. The 12-month subscription will remain at a discounted rate when compared to purchasing the 1-month or 3-month subscriptions over a 12-month period, Sony said on Wednesday. For current 12-month subscribers, the price increases will not take effect until their next renewal date that occurs on or after November 6th. However, any membership changes made on or after September 6th, such as upgrades, downgrades, or buying additional time, will update their plan to reflect the new prices. According to Sony Interactive's Entertainment Director of Content Acquisition and Operations, Adam Michelle, the price increases, quote, will enable us to continue bringing high-quality games and value-added benefits to your PlayStation Plus subscription service, end quote. However, there was no word on any additional value it would be offering subscribers. And in an update... Oh, go ahead.
I got you.
Okay.
See where it says my name? And then it says
I didn't
update?
see your name. It's fine. Either way.
I love Tired Kyle. I like Tired Loopy Kyle. He's the best. PlayStation Plus. This comes from an update from Zermina Khan over at PlayStation Lifestyle. PlayStation Plus and Game Pass spending has stalled in the US. It has recently reported that Sony has stopped sharing PlayStation Plus subscriber numbers in its financial reports. The company didn't address the report and likely won't. But its most recent financial presentation was missing the subscriber numbers. According to Circana, the subscription spending has stalled due to the combination of factors, including fatigue, less disposable income due to rising cost of living, slow adoption of cloud gaming, and, quote, a strong slate of new premium releases, unquote. 2023 has already seen a number of hit games, and the fall season is packed with highly anticipated games, including Marvel's Spider-Man 2. In a separate report, games industry revealed that indie publishers like Tiny Build and Devolver have taken a hit due to weaker subscription deals with Sony and Microsoft. Goodbody analyst Patrick O'Donnell said that checks were coming from Sony and Microsoft are just not as big as they were, unquote, indicating that companies may be reining in their own spending on subscriptions. Now, I say all that in that update because we see PlayStation has raised the price of PlayStation Plus by upwards of 35%. I think a lot of people are talking about premium that was once in American money. $120 for a year, now up to $160. But just take a look at the old price of PlayStation Plus Essential. All right, in the US, $60. Now it's $80, up $20. Green Gorilla writes in, I am livid. Now, I'm a premium subscriber, and I wanted access to it because of my age and missing older titles. So I've been wanting been wanting to experience the quote-unquote classics. But as of late, they've been doing a really terrible job adding new games to the premium subscription. And yet they think the price increase is justified? It's effing laughable that they think premium is worth $180 in Canadian for 3 halfway decent games added a month to a classic catalog. There is zero legitimate reason for Sony to increase PlayStation Plus this much, with everything else around the world increasing in price because of reasons I won't even get into. This is an absolute joke. No one will subscribe to premium. They will absolutely receive backlash over this decision, and I'm so done with these mega corporations existing, period. Congratulations, Sony. You done yourself. That was a good rant, and it's kind of how I'm feeling. Listen, before I get into your thoughts, Kyle, I get it. Inflation's a thing. It's been affecting everybody. You know, we've seen prices of everything go up, from bread to PlayStations. We've seen subscription services go up too. But over like 10% increments. Like, you know, what, Game Pass went up like $1 and people freaked out? Like, this is $20 extra a year. That's, to me, that's just a little gosh dang ridiculous. And they're not even offering any type of compensation. They're offering the promise of, oh, well, we're going to make sure that we get bigger and better games in the service. But like, you're charging for premium, if my math works out, near or close to Game Pass level, you know,
it's like 13
money
bucks
to buy
a month.
into. Yeah.
This new uptake in price.
Yeah. And so like, to me, it's just like, but what are you offering? Like, I feel like every time we talk about the service, we talk about it getting better, but it's still, the premium service is still not there to justify its original price. And now they're just like, give us $40 more. That just seems like it's a bit greedy. Listen, if it went up $10, all right, fine. Begrudgingly, I can understand that. You could use the word inflation and I'd be like, all right, I get it. But a whole 35%? I don't know, man. Do you think that this was long overdue and that's why, you know, it's 35%, or is this just a little bit of that corporate greed?
Oh, it's not a little bit, it's a whole lot. I'm not okay with this at all. And
No?
and it just like, I could see some of it being justified or palatable for people to spend their money, like for the extra tier. Like, it's what is it now? It's gonna be $80 for a year.
Yep.
Essentially. You're basically paying $80 a year to get a mystery box of 3 games every month. Yeah. You don't know what it is. It's not going to be something brand new. On the few chances there is, like Sea of Stars, Stray, all those other things. But you're basically paying for 36 games a year that are randomized, and you might already own them. So it's a bit of a gamble, but I can see that, you know, being okay with the cost when you really look at the big picture of how many games you get a year for that service. Yeah. However, the premium, though, there's no way in hell. The premium to me should have a majority of the PlayStation classics available to be played right now. Yeah. Like, the fact that we're getting slow drip fed PlayStation classics, and not just a variety of them, they're like in the same IP. We have all the Siphon Filter, which is fine. We have multiple Ape Escape. We have we got all the Twisted Metals, or at least 2 of the Twisted Metals. It's just like they're not touching on what I believe is one of the best libraries in all of gaming, and we're just getting here and there. And like, PSP games are great, but like, I want the PlayStation classics. I want the PS1 goodness. I want the PS2 goodness. Like, what are we doing here? And to unveil this price change with Saints Row being the headliner for the next month of PS Plus is not a good look when you say the highest of quality of games.
Right.
That's like any other. You could have done this last month when you said Sea of Stars. It would have been a little bit more easier to an easier pill to swallow. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money to justify what is essentially, you know, paywalling the ability to go online at this point, right? And for me, again, like you're right. I think if you take a few steps back and you go, okay, well, we are getting like 36 games. That's pretty darn cool. There is some value there still to this service, and I'm not saying that there isn't. But to say we're just going to jack up the price by 35%.
Yeah, no.
That's just wild to me. Like, there is a part of me that's like, yeah, we are a bit overdue for a price increase. I mean, the last time it increased was during the beginning of the PlayStation 4 gen when it upped from 50 to 60. So I could understand it going to 60 to 70. I definitely could. But we're seeing, and I think what
That one I'm
the
okay
audience
with.
is,
I'm okay
yeah,
with that, the extra tier increase. I'm okay with it. I can justify that one.
sure. But like for me, I think why the PlayStation community is so fed up is just, look, we started this generation with games are $70 now, whether you
Mhm.
like it or not. And for the most part, we're like, okay, we can see that, fine. And then a few years down the road, they're like, and we're going to, this console that came out like 2 years ago? Yep. You know how usually during this time we give it a nice little price drop? Yep. We're actually going to increase it by like $50. And then people are like, whoa, why? And they're like, inflation. That's why. And then the year after, they they up the price of their own subscriptions. It's just aggravating to see. It's just like the prices just keep going up and up. When are you going to start pricing me out of these things? And that's my big worry. That's my big concern as a gamer, which is, listen, though there are 36 games coming into my library, though not all those 36 games are going to be for me, right?
You
You're right.
probably
There's
own a
going to be some
vast majority
overlap.
of them, probably
Yeah.
already.
Or they could be, and not just listen, again, I just said I'm anti-review score. But when you put up this news and you're like, these 3 games were critically and commercially panned for the most part, it's not a good feeling of value to me, right? Where if you did say, hey, listen, Cocoon is the game for essentials, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Or like Paper Beast that's having its PSVR 2 version coming out later this month. Okay, like that justified. But to me, PlayStation Plus right now is too inconsistent with the games it's offering, especially in its extra and premium tier in terms of where's those day one games. Like
What?
the service is becoming what we've wanted, which is highlighting some awesome indie games. Well, let's highlight some awesome indie games. Let's get Cocoon in there, right? Like,
Yeah.
let's get more Sea of Stars in there. And then maybe I can sit back and go, all right, well, though I don't like, that it went up by $20, at least I'm getting a day one game each and every month. But it's not like that. And that's why I think the frustration is.
And yeah, and I think that is a big reason why this is so hard to I'm getting a lot of food related analogies
You
in my
hungry?
head. Maybe a little bit. Maybe it's why it's so hard to digest this news is because this feels like a rushed blog post. There's so many questions. What kind of games are we going to get in the extra tier? How many premium titles are we getting a month? Every other week? Like how often are they being updated with this price increase? Are you going to do what we want it to happen and you include a PSVR 2 game in your lineup in addition to the 3 games? Like there's so many things they need to do to make that price a little bit more justifiable, and they didn't put it all together in one blog post. It's just like, somebody quick, put it out there before we change our minds.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe Starfield will like suck up all the oxygen out of this news. It's just like, this news makes you seem worse.
Very, very worse.
Yeah. So Robot Penguin writes in going, hey fellas, you guys rock. Thank you, Robot Penguin. I'm a big pro robot person here. With the price increase of PlayStation Plus tiers, do you think we'll see more launch day titles on the extra tier? Perhaps even exclusive launching day one on extra.
Oh boy. Don't think exclusives day one on extra. No.
You're not, and that's the thing that makes this like, again, makes it scratch my head because I'm just like, you're not going to see Spider-Man like day one ever, right? Like, you're not going to see you're going to see if there are like quote unquote exclusives like Stray, they're timed exclusive indie games.
Yeah.
Right. But I think that's what we need to see, if you're going to give us the rub and give us the bad news, at least give us something in return.
Yes.
Right? Like, show us the value of these games that you're bringing. Again, it would be really simple for them to go, hey, here's a really cool, for example, Lies of P is also coming to PlayStation Plus. That would be huge. And we'd be all on board day one, like, excited. And then we'd be like, okay, well, at least they're getting there where Xbox is with their, like, third party, deals. But it's aggravating to see, man. It really is.
They're not using the service the way I think we want it to be used.
Or they are, but they do these weird left turns.
Well, sure. In some ways, yeah, they are, but like, again, you have this awesome VR headset.
Yeah.
Make it more incentivizing for people to go out and get a headset if you already have PSVR 2 games in your library. With PS Plus. Like, everyone's like, when there is a down moment in games, which there isn't right now because it's nonstop, but like,
oh yeah,
give them a reason to be excited for these really dope indies like Stray, Tchia, Sea of Stars. You mentioned Cocoon. I think that would be stellar if they did that. Like, they're missing the messaging big time, and I don't know who we need to talk to, but I would like to get in the room with that person and be like, listen, and grab them by their head, their face, and go, you are effing this up.
Jim.
Come on.
Come on. All right. The one last question here comes from M9 Prime. In the past, Sony announced that they want to make a bunch of live service games because that was the fad. Now, live service games are not performing as well as expected. Do you think Sony will scrap these games? Games like The Last of Us Faction still hasn't had much info given, which worries me. Also, what do you think of the next gaming fad will be that all the companies will try to jump on? Prime, we're seeing it first now.
It failed.
We're seeing it firsthand. Yeah, it's subscription services. And look at what we're seeing.
Don't forget the NFTs. They tried, and we all said no, and then they rightfully changed their minds.
And they took their virtual snow globes and they walked away. To me, this is what we're seeing. It's the subscription service. Everybody has a subscription service. And I think the reason why I pulled up one of those things of like subscription services have plateaued, I'm fatigued on the subscription service. I think so much of us are. It's like, what is the point? How much am I really saving at the end of the day? And I think we lump in Game Pass and PlayStation with your Netflixes, your Disney Pluses, your Hulus, what have you. And I think we're kind of just getting tired from it.
Yeah, I see it the same way as, again, another tired, loopy Kyle throwback story of like when I was still teaching, who made a comment like, oh, we should be paying teachers like a babysitter wages, right? And I'd be like, yeah, go ahead. Every child that's in the classroom, let's say 20 kids, even though some classrooms are more, do $15 per child per hour. They're in school, 6 hours a day, 5 days a week? Yeah, teachers will be rich. Please do that. It's the same thing here with like subscription services where people are like, yeah, I'm cutting cable. Okay, how much are you paying in other subscription services? And are you really saving money? Or are you paying more with the illusion of you saving money? And with subscription services, they can just yank things off there without any, heads up. You see with HBO and like all their animated stuff and just other shows, they just pull them out of nowhere. Like, yeah. It's a very slippery slope, and I don't think anyone truly understands how to go about marketing this stuff.
Yeah, and I don't even think they're starting to really understand it either. Like, I think you're right. One of the devs actually from Larian kind of gave a wink and a nod talking about the subscription numbers have plateaued. The deals from Game Pass and PlayStation Plus aren't what they used to be. And he's like, the best way to support us is just buying the games.
I mean, Sea of
and owning them.
Stars sold 100,000 copies outside
Mhm.
of subscription services
Yep.
on launch, which is nuts. Shout out to Sabotage. That's amazing.
Sabotage. Yeah, so it's just like I feel like part of us it's the subscription services that we're getting tired of, and the ones that aren't, you know, the ones that aren't providing the bang to the buck that you need, or that we want or expect. I think that's what we're going to see, and I think we're going to see a consolidation of all these things. Not so much in the game space. I think we've already seen that a bit, especially with like Xbox Live having like EA play a part of it, PlayStation with Ubisoft play a part of it. But like in general, I think we're going to see the consolidation of these things starting to come into play, because it's just getting, at this point, it's just getting outrageous. It really is. Like for me, I'm a multiplayer gamer. I prefer to play my games on PlayStation, but this news has me thinking, well, maybe I will go somewhere else for my multiplayer games. And not even thinking, I probably will,
Yeah.
because the price is just, it's not justifying it at this point. So PlayStation really has to show up and show me why I need to stay here and why I need to be on the extra tier. Because right now, just, maybe you get a day one game, a month is not gonna cut the mustard.
Give us a roadmap. Tell us what we're getting.
Yeah.
At least until the end of the year.
Please.
Come on.
Please. All right, Kyle. Enough of us complaining about spending money. I want to get excited about PlayStation now.
Absolutely. Okay? Sammy Barker is going to help us with that over at Push Square. Sammy writes, looks like you should expect more Astro Bot on PS5. It may not come as much of a shock, but it looks like PlayStation is plotting more Astro Bot. The eagle-eyed Gamatsu spotted that Sony has submitted a bunch of trademarks for the character in Europe, suggesting something may be afoot. While there's no specific evidence of a new game here, we wouldn't bet against a pint-sized protagonist reappearing in the very near future. Astrobot has organically become a bit of a PlayStation icon. He first appeared in the free PS4 tech demo, The Playroom, only to later earn more of a starring role in PSVR pack-in The Playroom VR. This led to the full-blown Astrobot Rescue Mission game, before he finally found fame as the playable character in the excellent Astro's Playroom on PS5. Since then, developer team Asobi has transformed into a full-blown first-party developer and is assumed to be working on a new game, presumably for PS5 or PSVR 2. As it's been several years since the release of Astro's Playroom now, it's likely we'll learn about its next project in the near future, especially if these trademarks are evidence of an impending announcement.
There ain't no way that we're not going to get more Astrobot.
No. Absolutely.
Such a critical, and just,
there's plushes.
He's a darling.
There's Nendo Droid little figures of him. Come on. We're gonna get more Astrobot. My question for you, Kyle, is in what form are we gonna get Astrobot? Are we going to get Astrobot as a PSVR thing? Like, are we gonna get Rescue Mission Enhanced Edition, or are we gonna get, Playroom, Volume 2, or are we going to get a PlayStation 5 platformer? I want to know your thoughts. I think we're going to get a PS5 platformer that you can play in VR. I think it's going to be its own thing. I don't think it's going to be a second Playroom. I don't think it's just a Rescue Mission update for PSVR 2. I'm sure that is being worked on, because it's criminal that it's not. But yeah, I think it's going to be straight up a brand new platformer with Astrobot for PS5 that you can play in VR if you want to.
Yeah.
And honestly, see it happening and being unveiled at TGS in a few weeks.
You think that's where we're going to see it? You think we're going to see it at TGS?
I think so. I don't know if Sony's going to have like a state of play or something. Probably not, but I can see
Astro Bot. My mom
Bot
is having COVID hallucinations.
Oh no!
Listen, we gotta keep her. We gotta keep her safe, but I gotta keep myself cocooned.
Did she see Knuckles, Idris Knuckles, somewhere in the household?
Think he's behind a tree. Idris, he calls for me.
I don't know in what form, like if it's going to be a showcase or whatever, or just a random announcement. I do see it happening around that time, because TGS is huge.
Yeah. I like that theory, dude. I really do. I like the idea of like, listen, I love PlayStation VR. Like I'm a big proponent of it. I think it's a great piece of tech, and I do think there needs to be more standout titles on PSVR 2 as well. And listen, we've gotten some month in, month out. There's been incredible support for PlayStation VR 2, though social media will try to tell you otherwise. But I also think at the same exact time, that install base is still small. And if I'm Sony, I'm trying to think of ways that I can, you know, put this thing on multiple platforms in terms of, yeah, maybe there is a VR gimmick to, Playroom 2 or whatever the case may be, like Astro Bot's Rescue Mission 2, that, you could use your controller or you could use the Move controllers and both work seamlessly with each other. I think that would be really cool. I would also love a multiplayer component to it as well, where like you get your little Astro Bot, I get my little Astro Bot, we trick them out in colors, and I'm on my PlayStation VR headset,
Ooh.
and you're on, your PS5.
Like a
standard.
an it takes two kind of game.
Yeah,
Except
something like that.
somebody's in VR and the other person is not. I think that'd be kind of cool.
That'd be really cool. So I think though, seeing it at TGS, I mean, PlayStation's going to be there. They said they're going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Usually there is some type of state of play during this time. So I can kind of see this happening, you know? For me, this would be an absolute day one. I love Astro Bot. He's so gosh darn great.
Let
But I
me
want to know
send
what
you
y'all think
money
in the comments.
right now. So
Yeah,
I'll send it to you right now.
Though, if I had to pick, though, if I absolutely had to, or what I think's gonna probably be the case, is we're going to see an Astro's Rescue Mission enhanced remastered for the PSVR 2. It's Sony, and they'll just show you. They just showed us that they'll money hat you when they can.
Mm-hmm.
This will probably be maybe an upgrade if you're lucky, but a standalone experience that you can possibly also play on your PlayStation 5.
That'd be cool.
It's a really great platformer.
It really
is.
It's
really fantastic. And so I want to see it, really shine, because whenever someone talks about the original PSVR, they always talk about, it's Beat Saber and then it's Astro's Rescue Mission. So I want to see that game get the light again, and hopefully it comes with an announcement of, Rescue Mission 2. Because the one thing that I don't want to see from PSVR, though I understand it, is more of these remasters of games from prior. I want to see sequels from them. I want to see new projects as well. So, yeah, I think we're going to get more Astro Bot relatively soon, Kyle. I think you're right. That said, let's talk about some acquisitions. It's acquisition season, baby. Let's do it.
Here's the meme reference right here. Jay Peters from The Verge writes, Sony's PlayStation division is acquiring headphone maker Audeze nuts. Sony Interactive Entertainment. Oh, Jay didn't write that. That was us. Sony Interactive Entertainment, the division of Sony that's responsible for PlayStation, is acquiring the high-end headphones maker Audeze, according to a press release. Sony says that, quote, the acquisition will strengthen SIE's efforts to continue innovating when it comes to the audio experience of PlayStation games, end quote. Audeze will operate independently and still make products for multiple platforms, though Sony notes that it will be, quote, benefiting from being a part of the PlayStation ecosystem, end quote. Terms of the acquisition weren't disclosed. Sony's press release highlights how, everyone with me, Audeze
nuts
headphones use, quote, patented technologies and unique planar magnetic drivers to deliver an outstanding sound experience, end quote, for consumers and recording professionals. Sony specifically mentioned planar magnetic drivers on Thursday when it shared more details on new PlayStation audio products, including the Pulse Explorer earbuds and Pulse Elite headset. So it's feasible this deal has been in the works for some time. Both headsets will also take advantage of a new technology called PlayStation Link that brings low latency and lossless audio when used with the PS5 and new PlayStation Portal game streaming device.
Ooh, first off, we're children. We really are.
The moment I saw it, I was like, come on now.
Yeah, I do want to applaud Special Nick for it, because I was like, should I put out the tweet of, oh, these nuts? I know there could be important people that see this, you know?
Yeah.
Like Phil Spencer once liked my Halo Infinite clip. Who knows? Herman Hulse is, scrolling through, and he's like, who's this PlayStation creator on the rise? This Mr. Badbit, and then sees all these nuts.
Captain Logan in chat saying it's pronounced
Phrasing.
Odyssey.
No.
Come on, I'm sure you're right, but it's Audeze.
It's all these nuts. Come on.
It's all
I
these nuts. It's all of them.
I bet that when they're like, "Oh, Odyssey," that's and like,
dope.
'cause
We're gonna
people
spell
will
it
get
differently.
phonetically.
Yeah.
but we're gonna spell it differently because it's an Odyssey for your ears, and then we just went, "Oh, these nuts."
I know you make great stuff, Odyssey, but we're having a little fun.
I don't know if you do.
I'm just assuming. Yeah,
You got a great name. Yeah. Who knows? No, this definitely seems like, to me, it's akin to, I'm a big Apple nerd. So like it's akin to when Apple bought Beats, right? Beats, Apple usually doesn't make acquisitions of those, that type of variety. But adding Beats was a huge boon for Apple to get into the wireless headphone market. That's why you got like the AirPods and all that stuff, is because of that Beats acquisition. So to me, it kind of seems like PlayStation's doing something similar, where it's like, hey, Audeze, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. We like the tech. We can let you be our premium line of headphones, but we want to use your technology in our headphones. So how do we make this official, And how do we go the extra mile with it? So to me, this is not the sexiest acquisition, but Jim Ryan has kept his word. We got more acquisitions. I don't know. Any
Cool. I had nothing to
thoughts?
add. I don't use headphones when I game, so
you're a real sicko.
I'm just I assume they're probably gonna sound great. I don't know. Maybe I'll get the earbuds after I'm done paying for PlayStation Premium and a Portal. Who knows if I have enough money? That's like $600 right there if you really think about it.
Yeah.
That's
They're
nuts.
really trying to tie you into that console.
That's
like this is the
crazy.
ecosystem.
I this is like another acquisition similar to back in the day when they bought Gaikai. They bought it because of their streaming service streaming technology, and that turned into PS Now, and that was a little iffy, but hope Odyssey is better used.
Yeah. And I think they definitely will be. I think this is PlayStation's push, as you saw in that, the presentation a few months back, of just like, hey, we're trying to get into the accessory market. They've seen great success with the PlayStation Edge controller.
How do those
so
monitors
why not?
do? People buy those monitors?
I don't know. Monitor people out there, let me know.
What were they
How are
called?
those suckers doing?
Because they had like the PS5 base looking things, right? Like the arms.
The InZone.
Yeah.
InZone. Awful name.
Yeah.
Let's just be real. But I did remember it, so maybe the branding worked.
Take a page out of Odyssey's book when it comes to naming your company or product. I don't know.
All these monitors.
All these monitors. All of them.
Which one do you want? All these?
It's like my nephew when he's hungry. What do you want to eat? All these. All these.
Well, I like when we have like only 3 hours of sleep the day before recording a podcast. I like the energy it gives us.
It's great. It's great.
It's great. You know what's not great? Layoffs.
Wow.
What a
Somebody
beautiful
call the
segue.
transition police. Jesus Christ.
Arrest this man.
Fraser Brown over at PC Gamer writes, the BioWare layoffs include the writer responsible for Dragon Age's best character. BioWare is laying off 50 employees, studio manager Gary McKay announced yesterday. No mention of what roles were being made redundant was made at the time, only that the studio's, quote, commitment remains steadfast, end quote, when it comes to the upcoming Dragon Age Dreadwolf. That's hard to believe now in light of the fact that writer Mary Kirby, who gave the world the hairy-chested Varric, is among those looking for new employment. Kirby started at BioWare all the way back in 2006, writing for the beloved Dragon Age Origins, and aside from a stint on Star Wars The Old Republic, the MMO, which has also faced recent layoffs, thanks to BioWare handing over the reins to third-party studio Broadsword Online Games, has stuck with the Dragon Age series throughout her time in the company. That was a mouthful for some reason. Among her contributions to Dragon Age was the creation of Varric Tetras? It's been a while.
You got it.
Varric Tethras. It's Varric, everybody. The Dwarven Lothario, first introduced in Dragon Age 2. He serves as the RPG's unreliable narrator, returning in Dragon Age Inquisition, where he once again steals the show. Among BioWare's multitude of characters over the years, he's a favorite, which frankly makes it absolutely wild that BioWare would get rid of the writer behind him. Kirby was also the writer responsible for Sten, the series' first Kunari, and the bitingly sarcastic Vivienne. Basically, if you've enjoyed the writing in any Dragon Age games, you've probably got Kirby to thank. McKay claimed that the layoffs were necessary to make BioWare a, quote, more agile and focused studio, end quote, but that doesn't actually mean anything. The problems BioWare has faced in recent years have nothing to do with writers, for example. That was bad reading by me. Rather, the buck stops at the studio and EA executives in making terrible decisions, like developing a live service shooter or fostering a culture of crunch. Former Dragon Age lead writer David Gator, who left BioWare in 2016, commented on the layoffs on Twitter, quote, absolutely gutted at the news of even more layoffs from BioWare. Not just the headcount reduction, but laying off some of their most senior and likely most expensive staff, people who deserve more loyalty than this, end quote.
This kind of sucks to hear. Like, awful joke in the beginning aside, this is really shitty to hear. From what I understand, I think from one of the articles I saw is like some of these folks were talking about unionizing, and that is the reason why they got the axe. Probably makes it a little bit more sense too, with Kirby being so influential and why they were probably axed. But this really sucks but this is more terrible news for BioWare, a studio so desperate for a win, and at the same exact time developing the game that is supposed to get them back in the good graces of fans. You're seeing veterans not leave, but forcibly removed. It's disheartening to see. And for those people who just want a better work environment, that are working on a game that they're passionate about, and then having that suddenly ripped from them, it sucks. And I think I gotta say, David Gator is totally right. You know, people who deserved more loyalty than this, 100% agree. Savoy Prime writes in, with the current BioWare situation, are you expecting Mass Effect to be a next-gen console release, since Dragon Age keeps getting pushed back and no real work has even begun on Mass Effect yet? I'm concerned that BioWare might not be able to be around by the time 2025 comes around.
That'd be a sad day.
I mean, look what's happening, right?
I agree, but it would be a sad day knowing that BioWare is no more. Just thinking about that. That's a bummer.
Yeah. They're so important. They
really are.
They were so influential to, the RPG genre, especially in the mid 2000s.
Yeah. I mean, I hate having to preface everything I say, because I know there's gonna be one person in chat or in the comments who can be like, well, actually, but like when I think of Paragon Renegade options in RPGs, I think Mass Effect, I think BioWare. Yeah. Like, and the fact that has been so influential in following games and the type of games that I enjoy, just thinking of, a studio so recognized for its contributions to the industry no longer being a thing, it bums me out, just like these layoffs do. I hate when anyone loses their job, and especially over something, if the unionizing thing is true, something that shouldn't happen. When it comes to layoffs because of that, it just sucks. And yeah. I will take a second though with just an issue I have with this article, and I'm sure other people that wrote about it.
What's that?
I don't like picking like a superstar name out of the hat and being like, this person got laid off, you should be sad. No, all 50 people got laid off.
Fair.
Right? Like that's a little icky to me. Because 50 people's lives have been impacted, not just this one senior writer who's very good at their job. Don't get me wrong, but to put one over the others, that's just a me thing, I guess. But I wanted to point that out before we go.
No, yeah, well, and that's the thing. I think those like it's kind of like when you see the SAG-AFTRA
Yeah.
AFTRA, what I say. When you see like a Bryan Cranston on stage speaking out, it's like, there are thousands of actors impacted by what's going on. Bryan Cranston's really, at the end of the day, not one of them, but he has that stardom that is going to bring a megaphone to what's happening. So I know, although you don't like it, it is important to say, hey, this one person that was detrimental to some of the most important writing in
instrumental, not detrimental. That's the opposite.
Sorry, yeah. Totally. You probably want that kind of go.
Yeah.
Instrumental in the thing you love is gone. That kind of just puts a highlight on the rest of the folks that are gone as well.
I get that. I can understand.
And it makes people to question why.
Yeah, no.
Say why.
I get that.
Yeah. But it sucks nonetheless.
Absolutely.
It really is. Yeah. So again, hope everybody lands on their feet. And honestly, I hope those 50 people, make a better game.
1,000,000%. Yeah.
If this Kirby person, again, because I'm not a big Dragon Age fan, is as influential as this article claims, it's not going to be terribly hard for them to hopefully find some investment to go out there and make that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or any established studio picks them up. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's huge. Yeah.
That said, Kyle, that's been all the biggest topics of the week. It's time to get into some Flash news. Gotta run fast.
Whew.
I don't even know how much longer I'm gonna be awake for. So all right, Kyle. Immortality is coming, not to us. Rip.
Oh.
Yeah, no, the brain of the robot's gonna have to wait.
If I keep drinking Celsius, though, anything's possible.
Well, I think it's actually gonna be a little bit opposite of what Immortality is.
You're right.
Think of my haste in your demise. All right. Immortality is coming to PS5. This comes from PlayStation Lifestyle, the acclaimed FMV game that came out on PC and Xbox Series S and X and mobile in 2022. It skipped the PlayStation ecosystems, but it's seemingly like the unique title is coming to PlayStation 5. Creator Sam Barlow casually mentioned the port on Twitter. When prompted on a possible Immortality port, Barlov simply noted that he is quote-unquote working on it, while adding a smiley emoticon. He didn't offer any sort of window, so it's unclear when it would be coming out. A PlayStation 4 version also was not mentioned, but given how Immortality didn't come to Xbox One, it won't come to Sony's last-gen console either. You're a big indie fan.
Big win. This is a big win.
Yeah.
I haven't played it. Everyone that I respect enough who has played it has sung its praises. And so I'm excited to play it whenever it comes to PlayStation. No rush. I have plenty of games to play at the very moment. Take your time, Sam.
If it wanted to get shadow dropped on PlayStation Plus Extra,
that would be amazing.
And maybe the price would be a little bit more justified.
Yeah.
No, it's really cool. FMV games aren't for me, but I appreciate
this. Has got like a mystery to it, though. This is like...
Yeah.
I think you find things in the background to kind of piece together the puzzle. It's
like you're
correctly.
Editing videos together. I'm like, I do that enough on podcasts.
That's fair. That's totally fair. Yeah.
All right, Kyle. This next one, the Spider-Man 2 limited edition consoles are out in the wild.
Oh, I've seen.
They're looking pretty nice. PlayStation didn't send one to us. We're not salty about it. That's cool. You just sent one to Parasoli, who's an Xbox creator. That's cool. I'm a PlayStation creator. Just saying.
One of the top PlayStation podcasts in around.
You know.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Here's me holding the beautiful DualSense.
Look at this.
Doesn't it look cool?
Wow, that really looks great.
Oh,
Look
hold
at
on.
the decals.
Let me turn the back so you can look at the back.
Oh my God, it's morphing on the back there, Kyle. Look at that.
Oh no, it's attaching to my fingers.
Oh my God, it's the symbiote is attaching to Kyle. Oh my God.
Hello, I'm Venom. I'm tired, y'all.
Oh no, I love this. I love this. Keeping it in.
No, please keep it in. Also, audio listeners, we don't actually have a controller.
No, they wouldn't send it. But it would be time to mention that we are going to have our Spider-Man 2 giveaway. And it is insanely easy to be entered. So first and foremost, you want to be entered to win a Spider-Man 2 PlayStation 5 DualSense controller. It's pretty darn simple. Like this podcast, 5 stars on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Give us a 5-star review on either one, and then post it to us over at PS Trophy Room on Rapper, formerly known as Twitter. And you're entered to win. If you're a patron, you're already entered to win. And bonus entries if you join our Discord. So literally, you get 1 entry if you rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. You get another entry if you rate us 5 stars on Spotify. You get another entry for joining our Discord. It's pretty gosh darn simple. And you get a chance to win a cool DualSense controller. That will end at the end of September. I believe September 27th is when the giveaway will end. We are trying to get over the 1,100 combined review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So really, your 5-star reviews are really appreciated. And why not give a controller out to anywhere? By the way, not just North America, not just Canada, but I'll pay the shipping costs. I'll get it across the pond. I'll send it to Australia. Siberia, listen, I'll find an Eskimo that can do it. All right?
Yeah.
I'll find a guy on a Tauntaun. I'll deliver it to Siberia. I don't care. Name the country. I'll send the controller there.
Okay.
Name it.
Indonesia.
5-star reviews. Sent.
New Zealand.
That's sent.
Madagascar.
I'll find a way.
Antarctica?
That's a continent.
It's also a country.
But there's probably a guy chilling.
Yeah.
Well, Robot Penguin.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know where Robot Penguin's,
Ooh.
you know.
Hold on. There might be an exception. You
Because-
can't send it to the space station.
Well, I was going to say, I don't want to, like, you know, mechanized penguins. Are they people? You know? How are they going to type with the iron flippers?
That's not where I thought you were going with that, but it's fine.
Yeah, that's all I'm thinking. That's all I'm thinking.
Ooh-wee.
All right.
Are we going to
Kyle.
talk about the other giveaway at some point?
When this giveaway's over, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Wink, wink.
Lara Croft joins Call of Duty next month. Kyle, have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
I have. She looks great.
Activision has confirmed Tomb Raider protagonist Lara Croft will be joining Call of Duty on September 9th as a purchasable operator on Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone. She'll arrive on Season 5 Reloaded update, which brings rapper I've never heard of, 21 Savage, on Modern Warfare character Mace to the game. Who's 21 Savage? I don't know. Is he 21 Savages and they've morphed into one Mega Savage?
No.
I don't know. That'd be pretty cool.
It's just wild that Call of Duty is...
It's like a Kira-like, you know? He's like a wave of people. Sorry, what were you going to say?
It doesn't matter after that. I can't keep up with that. Just
Fair
Activision's trying really hard to become Fortnite.
But is okay. So is this though a little bit too weird?
Not weirder than Nicki Minaj being in the game.
And she doesn't look like Nicki Minaj. Not even the slightest.
Lara Croft looks very cool. It's weird that Lara Croft is the character that was chosen.
Right.
Are there
And
any?
there's also
Was Lara Croft under the Activision banner at some point?
no.
Not that
it's
it
always
matters,
been
but like I don't know. It
right,
just seems like a weird pull. It's
a
cool.
weird
but
cross promotional
yeah.
thing. Yeah. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people like I know Destiny had like some awesome PlayStation ones, but even
Oh,
then
yeah.
people are like, can we stop doing the cross promotion thing? Like we like the art in this game. We don't always have to have this weird cross synergy thing. Not everything has to be Fortnite. This could probably speak to M9 Prime's question of like, what's the latest fad? Cross
Ooh.
tie in, you know,
Yeah.
you had Final Fantasy and like Assassin's Creed or vice
Yeah.
versa. Like it was weird. It's like, why is this here? I think maybe it's like cool in the beginning, but then it kind of overstays its welcome. I think the only one that gets away with it is probably Fortnite.
Yeah.
Because I want to be Ahsoka with an M16. Kyle, ask me how many times I watched that Ahsoka episode.
Oh boy.
Episode 3.
5 times.
Close, 4.
Okay.
Gives me great life. Great life. I become not sad. It's great. It's great. All right, Kyle, have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I have.
Ratatan, no, you haven't. Ratatan Kickstarter meets 18 stretch goals. Live stream confirmed. This comes from Sammy Barker over at Push Square. The Ratatan team has announced that it'll be hosting a celebratory live stream as the game's Kickstarter campaign comes to a close on September 1st. The Patapon inspired title has raised almost 10 times the original pledge goal and to secure 18 stretch goals. The campaign currently sits at $1.2 million. Think about that. Raised initially asked for around $110,000. It was yen, and I just did my best at converting it. The live stream will take place this Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. During the event, Ratata Arts will share information concerning the latest progress, future roadmap, appearances with special guests, fan participating events, and more. A press release then adds, mark your calendars for a fun-filled closed live stream event with Ratatan creators and special guests promising to be fitting tribute to the passion and dedication to have brought to the Ratatan universe to life. Having met the requirements of 18 stretch goals, Ratatan has also shipped with an online mode, a secret ending, additional languages, orchestrated music, and a hardcore mode.
Yes, I'm so excited for this.
Yeah, this is really awesome, and I know there's so many people that love Patapon.
Mm-hmm.
I kept on saying I like fighting myself from saying Rattata. You know, for the Pokemon.
1000%. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Awesome news for this team. And it's awesome to see that like the weird PlayStation 3 games, Vita games, PSP, like they're finding their love.
Yep.
As PlayStation kind of for better or for worse, kind of abandons those weird games and goes with these more cinematic, story-driven, for lack of better words, slangers that we know and love.
Just say bangers. You know you mean it.
I don't think so, bud. Kyle, here are the PlayStation Plus games for this month. We got Saints Row, the reboot, coming out on PS5 and PS4 in September. We have Generation Zero on PS4 and Black Desert, the Traveler Edition on PS4. Pretty weak month, right?
It's not great.
I will say, though, I want to give Saints Row a shot.
I am excited to add it to the library instead of shelling out money for it. I know that sounds harsh, but that's a game that I'd rather try before sinking in money into it.
For example, it was literally on sale like last month. I'm like, should I jump on this? And people are like, nah, wait.
Yeah.
It'll be on PlayStation Plus. And sure, lo and behold, it's there. All right, Kyle, that's been Flash News. Now it's time for a little segment we call What You Been Playing. Yeah. Kyle, you said you've been frustrated with a game you've been playing.
I have.
Tell me all about it.
Haven't started Sea of Stars yet. Haven't had the time today.
Oof.
Did not start Goodbye Volcano High, which also came out yesterday. Excited for that. Haven't started the Redacted game, which I'm excited to talk to you guys about later. But Final Fantasy 16 has frustrated me a little bit here towards the end.
Oh, okay. Why?
Just a little. So we've talked about before the pacing issues, the hype moments, and then it goes down into a lull, whatever. The other night, I was like, okay, I'm on the last mission. I'm ready to go. I hope there's only a couple in asterisks in bold, underline, of like maybe side missions to clean up and like some monster hunts to do.
Sure.
And then I'll be able to finish it. How dare you? Don't hold that controller up to me. Finish the main game so then I can plan my platinum playthrough on the hardest difficulty.
Yeah.
I booted back up the other night and I get hit with, no joke, 15 side quests.
Yeah. Okay.
Just a big dump. Just like, here's 15 or
here's
double
all
digits.
these.
Here's all these. All these side quests that I had to do, or I want to do, because I want to get the platinum trophy, and it's
sure.
And they're good side quests. Don't get me wrong, but I'm so excited to go into the final boss push that I just want to get there, and to have all these like errands and whatnot to do. It's just a little frustrating. I'm loving the game. I'm just a little frustrated in that pacing moment. I was like, all right, I'm ready to go fight. And I'm not going to say the name. I'm ready to go. Yeah. All right, let me go back to these places I've been 50,000 times. And then there's another new challenge thing, too, that pops up that you have to do for trophies. I'm like, okay.
But so I would say that's your trophy hunter. That's getting away.
It 1000% is, but I know there's many people like me when you see things pop up on the screen, like markers of a mission nearby, you can't not go and clear that.
Yeah.
There's just something in my brain, like, just get it off the screen. Let me just talk to them. Okay, fine, I'll go do it. But it is cool. It is, like, a lot of those side missions, without getting to too spoiler of territory, they've all been like the Mass Effect 2 loyalty missions for specific characters. Nice. They're fun. They're good.
Yeah.
It's just there's a lot of them at one time. I wish they were spaced out a little bit. But yeah, the characters are great. Performances are awesome. I got the best sword in the game. It's cool. Game's really good, y'all. I'll go more in depth on Road to Greatness, but it's very good. I should have the game done. Now that I drink a Celsius late at night, I'll probably play it tonight and maybe finish it.
Fair enough. Kyle, listen, I've been playing a little game called Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. And I was thinking it, and then someone said it, and it spoke directly into my soul. Where it's like, hey, can we get more PS2 games with 4K 60 FPS? Yeah. Because that's what Armored Core is, man. It's a really fun time that really it is. And when I say PS2 game, it's like, okay, you start off with a menu, right? You're in your mechanized, like your mech room, customizing your dude, right? Customizing your mech, your AC. And then you get like a call from an operator that needs your help. And you go and you do that mission. Right. And the mission is very linear. This is not Elden Ring. It's not so much the honeycomb like level design that we know from,
What just happened there?
Again, there was a car accident. Now someone just sped on.
I heard that.
Yeah.
I was loud.
A rocket ship. I know.
Okay.
My neighborhood's weird, but it's very linear in its level design, but at the same exact time, the way it approaches combat, again, I'm not like an AC guy in the slightest. It's just so interesting. As a new From Software fan, I understand when people are like, you don't get it. It's way different. It is. It very much is about dodging the missiles that are coming at you. It is also about, instead of like Sekiro, where it's about perfect parries, it's about perfect dodges. So it gives me that kind of bullet hell rush of like, yeah, I gotta dodge this barrage of missiles. It's like this awesome feeling of inertia when you're like speeding towards another mech and they're firing missiles at you, and you just do the perfect just like slide to the left or slide to the right type of just evade, and then you get to him and you do this cool slash. Yeah, cha-cha real slow, y'all. Boom, 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 boom.
Sorry, I derailed you. My apologies.
No, that's fine. But it's a ton of fun being able to customize your mech, and that's what I'm kind of learning right now is, you know, dipping my toes into, hey, let's get comfortable with using different mechs. So like there's light builds you can make where it's all about getting up close to the enemy and shotgunning them or like using your sword. There's like these awesome tank builds that I really want to get into where you are this just far range, just you laser beam people, Kyle.
That was gonna be my question. How often are you
Yeah.
switching up your weapons? Is it like a constant thing?
Yeah, it wants you to constantly tinker.
Okay.
You're never going to find, for example, the first prologue boss I think is pretty easy. I don't think as a lot of people are like, you're gonna really this guy's tough. Very humble brag, very simple. But the first the next boss after that, it made me think it was like this tank that just rushes you and it has like a shield in the front and it just deflects your bullets. You have to get around it and behind it and like, slash it from behind. I couldn't use the mech that I usually use. I had to go out there and use something that was a little bit faster so I could run around and get behind that boss. But I had to kind of reacquaint myself with that mech and get used to it.
Okay.
So there is a very steep learning curve, but once you get into the mixing and matching and experimenting with each level and with every build that you're making, you find that the game is a ton of fun so far. Now, I got to the end chapter 1 boss, who is nuts. First of all, this is a game I know I'm not platinuming. Holy mother of God. But I stopped because another game came through. And this should go to show you how much I adore this game, because it ripped me away from Software.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Sea of Stars.
This makes me happy.
Kyle, what questions do you have for me on Sea of Stars?
If you are wondering why I'm so happy that Joe is so excited for this game, is Joe is not a traditional JRPG person.
Oh.
And this is unabashedly a love letter to the JRPGs that I grew up playing. And
yep.
The fact that you were like, yeah, I put 6 hours into this thing and you can't get enough of it, makes me so happy. So Joe, my question to you, what has been your favorite thing so far? Is it the visuals? Is it the music? Is it or you know what? We'll get to that second. That's secondary.
Yeah.
As a non-turn-based person.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying it? And is there enough active minigame thing going on? Because from the demo, from what I played, is it keeping you engaged?
Just first off,
I thought you were laughing at me. I was like, oh no.
No. You may have picked up on the mic. I think COVID's finally hit the mother. I just heard her go, Don't know why.
I don't mean to laugh, but that was a good sound.
Yeah. Day 3, we're entering in it. Not to laugh at her misery, but
Yeah, I gotcha.
All right. So what am I loving the most about Sea of Stars?
Yeah. How's that turn-based combat treating you?
Oh my God, dude, it's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm not a turn-based guy because it's like, oh, okay, I press this and they just do the thing.
Mm-hmm.
What this game does is it makes it so that it's kind of more interactive. It's a little bit.
It's the Paper Mario thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like, okay, I click the move, and then if I do a precision click right as I'm about to hit him, I get a second hit in.
Mm-hmm.
Or for example, I have a Moonerang, right? For on Valar, I think is her name. I call her Valerie, but I think it's Valar, and she has this boomerang that again, she tosses it at him, hits him, and then she deflects it and it hits them again.
Plays ping pong. You can just keep going.
It's ping pong. As much as you can deflect, that's how much it'll hit them. So there's literally an achievement for making 25 perfect deflects in a row.
Woo.
And it works as an AoE. So if there's multiple people on the field, she's just hitting that Moonerang back and forth, and it's hitting each and every member. It's just taking turns with them. And it goes faster and faster and faster. And it's it's much more, I hate to say because I lack words tonight, but like interactive. You kind of get lost in the sauce in the combat.
Yeah.
There's also this thing called living mana. When you hit certain enemies, mana just kind of jumps out of them, and you get to absorb that mana. And the more mana you absorb, the more powerful your next move is going to be. So there's a lot of strategy in terms of like, okay, I got all this extra power. Who am I gonna dish this out to? Or like if I do perfect parries, so like if an enemy tries to attack me, I get to, parry it and it hurts me less. It gains combo meters. So if I do perfect hits, if I do perfect parries, I now get combos that I can like heal my whole party, or I can do a special move, a special combo with the two characters, and I just rope a dope a dude. And there's this awesome, beautiful visuals to each combo that feels just so powerful when I'm using it.
Please tell
so
me
the
if
combat is great.
Yeah, and on that note, please tell me if I'm wrong. But I think from the demo, there's team up moves, right?
Yep, those are the combo moves.
The combo moves. Got it. Yeah.
Now again, I'm playing as Valar. I forget the boy's name.
I'll look it up.
I'll call him Fire Guy.
Stellar.
I'll call him Fire Guy.
I don't know if you've seen their press kit.
It's beautiful. It's immaculate.
They put
even
everyone
have
else
pronunciation. That's how I know it's Valar.
Yeah, they put everyone else to shame. That's wild.
But it's the combat's stellar, Kyle. It's stellar.
Amazing.
If you're yearning for something that is reminiscent, that's going to bring you back to the SNES era, that's going to bring you back to the early PS1 era, that's going to have these modern, just there's something so nostalgic about this game, yet so modern. It just feels so goddamn good. The other things that I want to say is like, again, I'm 6-7 hours into this game so far. It's hard for me to pick something that I don't like. Because when you're like, what's something you like? The music is beautiful. And I could listen to the combat music. I don't think it's going to get old. Again, I'm 7 hours in. I could listen to this goddamn thing all day. But just the sights and the sounds, the vistas that you see, it's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's stunning. Again, the music is gorgeous. And the writing, hats off to the writers of this game, because I'm loving every side character that I'm meeting. But shout out to the homeboy, Garl. Garl.
Oh, that's your buddy. Like that's your third person, right? From the demo.
He reminds me of you, and that's why I love him so much. I'm like, that's my little Kyle.
I
that's
also got vibes when I was playing the demo. Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't think I'm ever gonna actually remove him from the party. I know you get like, I think you get like a total like 6 members, but I'm like, I'm gonna just keep this guy around.
There's a certain Kyle character stereotype. That I am totally okay with being in. It's Garl. It's Sam from Game of Thrones. It's like that supportive big guy who's just there and down. Like he's there.
He's just there with you supportive. For no matter what.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm okay with being in that kind of stereotype.
But there's even like deeper like mechanics to it. So like I found just a place that like I can fish, and the fishing mechanic in this game is actually pretty awesome. So like, you throw your reel in, and then you're trying to like line up the fish to the line of the water, to the highlighted line of the water as you're reeling it in. It feels really good. The cooking mechanics as well come in handy, and it actually also lends itself to exploration in the world. So the level design in this game is astounding, man.
And when you cook, you could talk to your party members, right? Like it becomes just like a hangout where you get to know them a little bit more.
Absolutely. And the cool thing about it is like, you're going around the world, and it's not like, I'm just running around to get to the next point. It's like, oh, there's some berries here. Oh, there's a fishing spot here. And, different type of recipes are going to get me different bonuses and benefits. So maybe I do actually want to take my time and pick out some shrubbery, right? And again, you're rewarded by going, oh, I was here to pick something, but now there's a chest here, and it gave me a vest that I can use later on in the game. So this game, Kyle, is right now in the Game of the Year contender.
So like
for me. The only problem that I have is Starfield's coming up. I'm playing this on PS5, and this is how much I love this game. So I have it downloaded on PS5. When I turn on my Xbox, when I plug it in, I gotta find the power cable. It's been a while, guys. I run a PlayStation show. I'm gonna download it on Xbox because I want to support these guys. But I'm actually legitimately thinking that I'm gonna make this my Switch game. Because I think I could be playing this at like something like work when it's
Hell
dead.
yeah.
Instead, and I'm thinking about this going, I just lost 6 hours of progress. But it goes to show you how much I love this game. But I'm like, but I get to play it anyway. So
Yeah, that's awesome. I love to hear.
I have nothing negative to say about Sea of Stars.
I'm so excited when I finally play to find that connection to the messenger, because they're in the same universe, and I want to know what it is. I'm so curious.
Oh, you'll know.
Oh, I'm sure I will, but
You'll see.
I'm very curious.
Yeah. This is a really special game. Y'all need to download it. And again, if this was like this could have been the, hey, listen,
We're upping the price of PS Plus services, but here's Sea of Stars Day One. Way better than here's
games
Saints
like this.
Row Generation Zero. Missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity. All right, Sea of Stars. My impressions on it, very positive. You will probably hear me talk about it again next week. This is a game that I
are feasting right now on PlayStation.
So much.
We got Sea of Stars. Obviously Final Fantasy 16.
Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate. Like all this week for me, it's just like, Kyle, you're gonna be playing role-playing games for 500 hours this year. It's wild.
That's right. That's right. Listen, try not to fall in love with Shadowheart, okay?
I'm gonna try. I'll fail. I'm gonna try.
Kyle, are you holding on to something?
Boring pen today. That's all I got.
Wait. You talk to the audience.
No.
I think I found something to hold on to, but
I
think it's across the room. One second.
I gotta
tell everybody what you're hanging on.
My niece made me a headband, so I'm holding that and putting it on my head. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't work with the headphones, but you get the idea. Oh my god, I can't wait to play Sea of Stars. Goodbye, Volcano High. I got Stray Gods. Silcana in chat says Karlak is here to put your... I've seen Karlak on the TikToks, the Tiki-Takis. Yeah, Stray Gods. Goodbye, Volcano High. Sea of Stars. Baldur's Gate. I got Star Ocean, the second story, coming in November. Spider-Man. Alan Wake. My goodness gracious. I need a solid 3 weeks off so I can just do nothing but play. And I gotta go back to MLB The Show. They're putting in new cards and stuff. I gotta. I'm sorry. It's a sickness. Oh. Joe's holding on to a FedEx package.
That's right. FedEx envelope.
Uh-huh.
It's a little bit of show and tell for this audio podcast. Listen, I want to shout out Kevin over at Bend Studios. And of course, Jadis Von Metal for just being incredible folks.
I saw this tweet, so I know what it is.
Yeah, Kevin was just like a community manager over at Bend. He's like, listen, I got some extra stickers lying around here. Got some Pride stickers. Would you like some stickers? And I said, absolutely, I would. Look at these Bend Studio stickers that he sent me.
Oh, they're so
Kindness
cool.
of his heart. First off, he spent some money on this.
Yeah.
You know, FedEx ain't cheap. Look at these stickers.
Those
Beautiful.
are cool. Those
Beautiful.
are very cool.
And then, we're not even done there.
Oh, what?
We got like the official Bend Studio. Like, where am I gonna? Do I put this on my car? You know?
I don't know.
All right, and then we got a patch, Days Gone patch right here.
Sweet.
Have you seen this? Have you heard about
That
this?
looks like the one from the collector's edition.
It might just be Ride the Broken Road. Farewell, original. And then here's the beauty, okay?
Yeah.
People, I'm a pen connoisseur.
No way.
Got me a Bend pen.
That is awesome. I'm so excited that you got that. I'm very jealous. I'm a big fan of pens with like company names on them like that.
Right? And it clicks.
Oh,
Look at this click. Maybe the noise gate will pick this up. That's a good click.
it is a good click. Listen, if you want to send me some of those stickers when you send me my controller, by all means.
You know what? That's a good. Yeah. Bet. Which one would you want? Would you want the green
pick.
one or the red
Dealer's
one?
choice. Dealer's choice.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice.
It's very
Thank
nice.
You, Kev. Thank you, Ben.
Thanks, Ben.
Very nice. All right. Here are the latest deals and deals coming to the PlayStation storefront. First off, is that a headband?
That's what I grabbed. My niece made it.
Oh, that's cute.
It's out of like really thick yarn or something. I don't know what it's called, but yeah.
Yeah, that's cute. August 29th. Agatha Christie. The Hercule
Poor
Pivot.
Roy.
The London Case, PS5, PS4. Crossfire Sierra Squad on PSVR 2. Very interested in this game. Okay, PR people, I always hear, critiques on what we can do for you guys. I'm going to give you guys a critique back. When you give a press release, maybe you share us your email somewhere. Make it easier for me to contact you. All right? Sometimes it's like a goddamn guessing game. And listen, I got a 40-hour job. You know what I mean? Full time. All right? Got a lady friend. Her name's Luke's mom. Got to tend to her needs. Got an ailing mother here. I ain't got time to be Sherlock Holmes searching for emails and coverage. You know what I'm saying? Make it easier on me, okay?
Just so
I say that because I spent 45 minutes trying to find who does Crossfire Sierra Squad. I cannot find.
I know at my place of employment, we put a form in every press release for you to sign up for.
Do that.
Yeah.
Ooh, Vicarious PR. Y'all are on my good list, you know? Not just because you hired my boy, but that's just so smart. Goodbye Volcano High on PS5, PS4.
Yeah.
Rhapsody. Moral Kingdom Chronicles on PS5. Sea of Stars, Joe's current maybe game of the year. I don't know. It's wild. I said that. PS5, PS4. Who would have guessed? Not me. The Making of Karateka on PS5, PS4. Under the Waves on PS5, PS4. I'm hearing good things about that. Kate over at But Why Though loved it.
Oh, okay.
August 31st, Gourmet Warriors on PS4. How to the number Escape, PS5, PS4. Guys, that's no longer clever. Okay? Just how to escape to.
It's another that's fad. My beef. That's another fad that games are doing.
That's another fad. That's another fad we need to kill. All right? The numbers, like I saw the Expendables 4 is expendable, but like the 4's
my God.
It doesn't even look like an A. Sylvester Stallone, I know you're past your prime when you think a 4 looks like an A.
You know what? We could blame the Fast and Furious franchise for this one.
No. I think Sylvester Stallone. No, I got a real beef. I think he found out the old like boobs calculator meme, and he's like, "Oh, it's actually really smart. What if I make the 4 an A?" You know, and then he's like, "Oh,
that's a pretty good sly."
That's why I almost won an Oscar. What's that?
That's a pretty good sly. Can you give me a Yo Adrian?
Adrian.
Yeah, there you go. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Oh yeah. I don't know why I find it so hilarious. Why can't I go on? Anyway, Tenebris Pictura on PS5, PS4. Trine 5, A Clockwork Conspiracy on PS5. War Hospital. Y'all, that's just called the medical system in the U.S. But good way of shortening it.
Did you skip Somerville? Because I know you went on the expendable rant.
You know what? That's right. Somerville on PS5. Oh, it's making its way.
Yeah.
I love to see it. September 1st, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk on PS5, PS4. I'm hearing good things about this game. Excited to maybe check that out too. So, Kyle, that said, we're getting on to the last segment of the night, but our favorite segment, and that is the Sony Pony Express.
Yeehaw!
That's right, cowboy. Fuji writes in, I'm only an hour and a half in with Sea of Thieves. And I'm sorry, Sea of Thieves, Jesus. Sea of Stars. And I'm absolutely in love. I love everything about it. The art style, the story, the music. Oh, the music. What other games come to mind that have a really well done musical score?
Let me tell you the story of a little known IP of Final Fantasy.
I've never heard of it.
Pretty much every Final Fantasy game, when I think of like game soundtracks and game scores, I think of Final Fantasy first.
Fair.
Followed very closely by Hades. That Hades score rips.
Yeah.
And then Uncharted is a good one. Last of Us, Gustavo's music is amazing.
Yeah, like it. That is I think that is some of the most iconic, like when it comes to like, I don't know, PlayStation music, you know what I mean? Um, I would say the, oh my God, what is it like all around me are familiar faces, like the Gears of War song?
Oh,
Yo, that the Breaking Benjamin Halo 3
oh,
song
hell yes.
legitimately rips. You wouldn't even know that's Halo.
No.
And then when you're playing Halo, it amplifies it. Oh my
Shout out to the
God,
Death
dude.
Stranding soundtrack as well.
The best soundtrack in games.
That's real good.
I mean, Ghost of Tsushima. I listen to the Jin Sakai just theme maybe once a month.
Oh yeah.
Like that is on there.
No.
Anything God of War related.
Oh,
Just like
the
Sony
Bear
just kills
McCree,
the
Blood
game
in the
with music.
Snow from Ragnarok.
Ooh, listen about that today. Listen
Ooh,
about it.
boy,
Oh.
I'm going to self promo a little bit here. An unintentional thing about this showcase that we premiered today. The music of every trailer
Yeah.
is like outstanding. It was stuck in our heads for a long time. Shout out to Hot Buns.
Yeah.
You'll know when you watch. I don't want to spoil what it is.
All right.
It's pretty good.
All right. Ace Insane writes in. Does it annoy you when games require a new game plus playthrough in order to get the platinum? As much as I love Insomniac's Spider-Man games, I've been running through them again before Spider-Man 2 comes out. Great idea. And because I've never gotten the platinum in either, I finished Spider-Man Remastered, which does not require a new game plus for platinum. However, Miles Morales does. Like I said, I love Spider-Man, but I wish that I wasn't forced to go through the game again just to get the platinum. But if I don't get it, I'll be 48 out of 50 trophies. Curious to know if you guys feel the same way. I hate it so much.
Agreed.
I hate it so much. The only games that get away with it is from software because you could probably save scum it to get those endings.
Yeah, like I did. And you were mad at me because I did it.
Just cheated yourself out of an experience.
There are some exceptions where I do enjoy a new game plus, like the Final Fantasy VII remake, a new game plus on like hard mode for that platinum was generally one of my favorite gaming experiences. It was tough, but it added new things and it made me rethink the way to play, like not limit, like no inventory. I couldn't use any items in that mode. Like that was a thing.
What?
Yeah. Or at least in combat. I forgot what, it's been a while. Or like I generally loved grounded mode on Last of Us Part 1 or the remaster on PS4. Yeah. It's super tough. I wanted to pull out my hair. But that game experience there's nothing like it. But to require a trophy to play it all over again for platinum, it's a bummer. It's a bummer.
Yeah, it's a bummer. I hate it so much because to me, once I'm done with the game is pretty much done. Again, unless you're from software, you got to get away with it. But like, it's just done. So it's hard for me to actually go back and play games as much as I love Ghost of Tsushima. It's hard for me to go back and play it because I already got that dopamine. So my brain's just like, we've already gotten this rush. We know what's coming up next. Or there's some parts where I wish I could fast forward, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, like, for example, in Last of Us, if I could skip that bloater scene, and you know which one I'm talking about, I would. So it's those little things. Yeah. I'm going to butcher your name, sir, and I apologize. Koziko writes in, I'm becoming a long-time listener. First-time questioner. Ooh. Question for the Sony Pony Express from Australia. So a good old-fashioned yeehaw. Or whatever it translates to Australia. Crocky. There you go. I'm back.
Strip on the Bobby.
The bloomin' onion. I'm back. Macadakas, right? That's what they call right? That's what
McDonald's?
They call?
Yeah, I think so.
Or Macas?
I think so, yeah.
Sounds like a slang. Maybe I said something
Let
awful.
us know
anyway.
how wrong we are.
Yep. Remember when they fought a war against the kangaroos and the kangaroos won?
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, I think it was like in the 1930s. It was like they were like outrun by I think like kangaroos.
Hey.
And they tried to hunt down the kangaroos, and I think the kangaroos won.
Hey, shout out to the kangaroos.
Shout out to the kangaroos.
They stood their ground. You gotta respect it.
You got it. They squared up. You want to go?
Have you ever seen those buff kangaroos?
Dude, I feel like that's what they all are just like buff.
Those things are scary.
They don't skip leg day and they're just swole.
Absolutely,
You know?
yeah.
Oh my god. First off, just Australia seems like a place that is just dangerous.
I'm like seeing a TikTok of this 6-foot python going from roof to roof in Australia, or giant
Real
spiders
talk?
coming out of the toilets. How do you live? I don't understand.
And then there's like a worm that lives there. Get this, guys. There's a worm that lives there that like throws up its entire body on you, and then you get like this like tendril like thing, like it's the Last of Us.
No.
I saw that on TikTok last night. I couldn't go to sleep.
Australia, why?
And it's like instant too. It's not like a. It's like it grows on your arm. It's wild.
Jeez, I love animals, but I don't know Australia.
No, not all of them.
I don't
Not
know.
all of them. I don't know. But I'd jump in a like kangaroo pouch just to find out what it's like. Koalas are fun.
Are the inside of kangaroo pouches like furry?
No,
is
they're
it just
moist.
Or is it just fleshy moistness?
Yeah, it's like ooey gooey.
I apologize,
a-
audio listeners.
Yeah, I think it's like a placenta like.
Oh
Yeah.
no! You're just swimming in
Yeah.
placenta in a kangaroo?
Ooh, like in the Matrix when they're in the tubes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that always freaked me out as a kid. Like, am I plugged into a computer? I'm back on the PlayStation 5 train after missing 2, 3, and 4. Had the Xbox of those generations. I've gotten a long list on the backlog. If you could go back and play a series exclusive to PlayStation again, what is your first go-to? Love your work, lads. I mean,
Thank
mine
you.
is always Bloodborne. You can always go back to Bloodborne.
Sorry, we just spent, I don't know, 4 minutes talking about Australia in probably a not positive light.
I don't know. I think no, they got some. I mean, everyone's hot in Australia.
Oh yeah, they gave us the Hemsworth and Margot Robbie.
God. I
And
know.
Hugh Jackman. Come on now.
Oh my God, and Hugh.
Jeez.
What a goddamn dreamboat. My goodness.
So thank you for that. Appreciate it. And Foster's beer. Enjoy a good Foster's beer.
So you know what? Maybe it just hardens them.
They very well could.
It weeds out the chaff.
And the
you know?
Irwins.
The wheat.
Gotta respect Steve Irwin.
Oh my God, yeah, the goat.
Yeah.
Yeah, rip.
What is the series I would go back and play from? Is this like a re-experience for the first
Oh,
time?
and AC/DC. They have AC/DC over there. I knew I was missing one.
Oh.
All right. Here's a series that I think, because I'm thinking, when I think of like PS2 to me, Kyle,
Mm-hmm.
right? I like when I think PlayStation, I think of PS4 and I think of PlayStation 2. I don't know why, but like PS2 lives in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Has that special place. So like the first 2 games I would immediately pick is Ratchet and Clank and Jack and Daxter, because I really feel like for me as a gamer, that's where PlayStation really hit its stride with connecting me with games in their pantheon. Because before that, I was the Nintendo kid. So I would say if there's 2 series in particular, Jack and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank. I'll even throw Sly Cooper in there.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm taking this as like re-experiencing it for the first time. Like take all your knowledge away. I would love to go back and re-experience Uncharted fresh.
There. Yeah.
Because like 1 is great, but not as good as the every single sequel since then. So to play them in a modern setting, with like the Nathan Drake collection, I think would be probably the best way to experience that firsthand.
Yeah, I would also think like
And
the
Resistance.
games that
I gotta mention Resistance too.
you love that Resistance.
I do.
Games that age incredibly well is God of War. Like God of War 1 is legitimately really good.
Yep.
It still holds up really well. I'm not into the older God of Wars because the Devil May Cry-esque nature like of the camera doesn't do it for me, but like I could just like the game's great. Like God of War 2 is astounding.
Yeah, the scale.
So I would
pretty
say
great.
yeah, I would say, yeah, go back to that. Again, I go back to the PS2. Time Splitters on PS2. Let's do it.
Red Faction, which you can play classic now. It's a lot of good games.
Una writes in, hey guys, hope you're both doing well. As an owner of Sea of Thieves, see, I keep on saying Sea of Stars.
It happens.
Sorry, Sea of Thieves. Jesus, all these seas, all these pirates. Sea of Stars in the league.
Ooh.
I will say that I will take this W and relish it. Una,
as you should.
Quick side tangent. I have Sea of Stars in our fantasy league, Kyle.
You definitely do.
What do you think about, like, what size of little cowboy hat are you going to wear when you lose? Again, I found one that you could put on like a little hamster. You think about it while I read this.
I think it's like this size.
Oh, the middle finger, very classy, very classy. Typical house banger to just take class, throw it out the window. As for my question this week, what are your favorite developers show how much a game meant to them on a game? I just finished Trails of Azure this past Monday, and the chest messages written by the team of localizers show how much the game means to them. So I throw the ball over to you guys. What are some of your favorite devs showing their appreciation in games?
2 examples.
Yeah, go for it.
Sorry to cut you off. First one is Corey Barlog reacting to the review scores of God of War 2018. That is a amazing moment, and it's, I think, very important for people outside of the gaming industry news bubble to see just how human devs are and how important these games are to them and how much sacrifices they make to make these things happen. So that is amazing. My second example is in Chicory. Once you 100% the game in Chicory, if you go back to your house, all the devs of the game are in there in animal form, and you can talk to them, and they're speaking to you through the characters. So, like,
that's cool.
Lena Rain, composer on Celeste, and she worked on Chicory, is in there and talking about the music and her favorite parts of it. The owner of the studio, the artist, the writer, just like them talking to you, the player, of how much that game meant to them. And that is a very awesome moment. So please, if you play Chicory, go do all the things so you can experience it, because that's really cool.
Yeah. There's a few. I think their name's like Black Thunder on Twitter. They do like a lot of like art for like God of War and like PlayStation titles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Tavern in Ragnarok is actually an ode to him, which is like or them. I don't know who they are. And like that's a really cool for like the dev team to appreciate their own community, going like, yeah, this one's for you. You know,
Likewise,
I love when.
Sorry, Borderlands 2 had they put a fan of the game who died before the game came out, and he was an NPC and a quest giver in the game. Yeah, I love when they do those kind of things.
WoW did that as well. That's the OG one where I'm thinking of like a dev that passed away during WoW Classic, and when you're in spirit form in WoW, you walk up to this mountain and you just see a spirit. What is it called? Yeah, spirit giver, looking over the tomb. I think that's really cool. That's really classy. I love that they did that. So it's like those type of the team, whether it's like a fallen comrade or like showing love to their community. That's what I love the most. Yeah. Katie writes in, "Hey guys, hope we are all well." Oh, dude, I'm great. Katie, man, episode 3 of Ahsoka. Let's talk about it at length. Oh my goodness gracious! You remember she did that thing with the thing? She did a flip. It's a good week to be an RPG fan. I'll tell you what.
Yep. So
this week, Imagine Dragons, everybody's new favorite Nickelback, have released a new single. That was me. A new single for Starfield in partnership with Bethesda. Actually, pretty good. This brings me to my question. If you were in charge of creating a song for a game, what singer/band would you bring on to perform it? Who would best suit the feel you're going for? As always, much love. Life as a gamer is so good right now, and I'm very happy. Love you guys. I'm very
Love you too,
happy
Katie.
too, man. I'm so happy.
Hmm.
I always go back again. I know, broken record. Bloodborne, Slipknot, Burden. Thank me later.
Wow, you had that ready to
That's
go.
that song is literally every time I play it. First off, one of my favorite Slipknot songs, but that's Bloodborne. Like I'm like that. It just makes me think of it. But I know a lot of these songs, Kyle. Can I be honest?
Hmm.
Like the Lilith song by Halsey. First off, respectfully to Halsey, but and also an amazing, talented artist, but respectfully. But like that song is just like she's saying the same thing over and over again.
Mm.
It's like it's not like there's no umph to it. There's no gravitas to it, right? Like this Imagine Dragon song. It's an Imagine Dragon song, you know?
I also love how Imagine Dragons are just the go-to for video game original songs now.
Right?
They did
Like
the
they
arcane,
did the arcane
theme.
one,
Yeah, like
and that was pretty good.
it's weird. Hosier was in the Blood in the Snow, God of War
Mhm.
Ragnarok, which is amazing. The only thing that comes to my mind, because I am such a huge fan of them, and I always will be, is Paramore. If
Mm.
Paramore could make a Horizon song, I think that would be rad.
Also respectfully.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
no.
mostly my TikTok. Haley Williams performing on stage.
That's fair. That's usually how my dreams start too. Um Yeah, I'm still thinking.
Ooh,
I'm still thinking.
Foo Fighters has to make a song for a game, but what game?
Are you ready for this one?
Yeah.
Linkin Park. If I could, this is my dream. We're bringing
Yep.
Chester back for
Yep.
this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They're doing a Transformers game.
Is it the same song that was in the movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or thematically it fits with this pod. 21 Savage does a Transformers song. They turn into whatever they morph into. You know? What's wrong with me? I don't know.
The Walmart kid making a Days Gone song. I don't know his name.
Yes.
The kid who
The
was
little
yodeling.
cowboy kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yodeling.
Oh yeah. Yes. Yes, that. And let me just see one more. I mean, again, go back to the like 2000, like Breaking Benjamin and Halo.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
that just sounds good. You know, it just sounds. What would go good with Spider-Man? Nothing. Like just Spider-Man. You're right. Maybe we get Metro back
Maybe
to do a song.
Maybe that's the Foo Fighters. Foo Fighters do a Spider-Man song. I know you're probably not a Foo Fighter fan. I am.
I'm not a Foo Fighter fan. Man.
That's a bummer.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Let's get Ryan Gosling. You know, where is I'm Just Ken fit into the PlayStation cinematic universe? Let's do it.
Oh, you might not know who they are, but Magnolia Park, put them in Spider-Man.
Never heard of them.
Oh, they're very good.
Okay.
Punk band. They're very good.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, Kyle, that's been the episode. That's been the trophy room this week. Ooh wee. I felt like this was a pretty good episode.
Yeah, it was fun. I'm very sweaty though right now.
I'm very sweaty too. Ugh. Ugh. I feel like when we're loopy tired, it's actually when we're doing our best work.
What does that say? When we're prepared and we're on it, does that mean we're bad at podcasting at that point?
I don't know. Could be. But listen, don't tell us that when you rate us 5 stars over on Apple Podcasts.
Definitely don't.
Or on Spotify, where you get a chance to win your very own limited edition Spider-Man DualSense controller. Ooh-wee. Or join our Discord and you're in to the Spider-Man giveaway.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows?
That's it, Kyle. Anything you'd like to spotlight before we get on out of here?
Yeah, I mentioned it at the beginning.
That was the words, by the way.
It's okay. We've been doing this for 5+ years. I know what you say.
Go for it.
I mentioned it earlier. It would mean the world to me if you go check out the 6-1 Indie mini indie showcase. I realized when I was editing the interviews together, Instead of saying mini indie, I would say Mindy indie. So I'm really focusing on saying it correctly. Go check that out. 33 games, 46 minutes long is the showcase. All stellar. Go wishlist them. Go tell the devs that you're excited for their game. It would mean the world to me and definitely them, because most of these games weren't on a platform already, like a showcase already, so we're showing them off for the first time. A lot of exclusive trailers that only we have. Very cool stuff. A lot of great things. So you can find everything at 61indie.com/showcase. The video, the 8 dev interviews, a couple of write-ups, a 3-hour long post show where we talk about the games and the behind the scenes stuff. And every game on there that was shown, the links, everything. It's all in one spot. So go give it a look. And you can follow me if you want, Mr. K-Step, everywhere. I'll be sleeping momentarily.
Very true. You know, Kyle, I don't get to spotlight much on this show.
You don't, and I wish like you would.
Well, I'm going to start right now.
Good.
Cool. So our fantasy league, House Slinger.
No, I take this back. I can end the
House
stream
Slinger,
right now. So,
well, we're still recording.
Fuck.
House Slinger is in the lead by 26 points.
Okay.
Sea of Stars really got us ahead. Now you have Starfield. I thought I had Starfield.
So we'll find out if that's good or not tomorrow.
We'll find out. Well, the internet will definitely let us know.
Yeah.
So maybe you're gonna wear a little mini indie cowboy hat, or wait, maybe just a little mini indie hat, like an Indiana Jones. You'll be my little indie.
I do not like that.
Why? Indiana
Me
Jones
being your little indie? No, I don't like that moniker at all. Hi, I'm Kyle.
I
I'm Joe's little indie. No.
Yeah, you sit in my palm of my hand.
No.
You have a little whip.
Hello. Nope. You're not gonna put me in a cupboard like that book whose name isn't great now. You're not doing that.
Wait, what is the name? What is the name? I'm gonna.
Native American in a cupboard, but it's not Native American.
Cupboard. Well, I had the cupboard.
Did you actually have the
yeah, I had the whole set.
Wow.
Oh, dude, that movie's so good. But there is a scene where like he shoots an arrow. I think it hits the kid and he cuts him or something.
Yeah.
That freaked me out. That really did freak me out. Yeah. I wasn't a fan of that.
Also, shout out to The Small Soldiers. Another good movie.
Yeah.
From our childhood. It's great.
So good. So
not
good.
Related. Just wanted to say it.
No, yeah. You can find me over at Mr. Badbit on Twitter. You can find PS Trophy Room on Twitter. You can find the Trophy Room at PlayStation Podcast, made by the players for the players. Wherever you get your podcast service of choice, or the video version, you can watch us live each and every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at PS Trophy Room on YouTube. Again, rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, rate us 5 stars on Spotify. It not only helps us out, but it gives you a chance to win that Spider-Man DualSense controller. So, with all that said, and with all that out of the way, everybody, keep it what's about you, keep hunting, and keep playing PlayStation. See you guys.
Bye. Love you. We're off.